But Rob, there are a few questions here that I think you need to attend to. Other ones I will try and Infinity provide a grouping of them. Others I will just read them as specific as they are. There is a question that says, I use ICT tools all the time. Of concern is that China data ceased to be uploaded from July 2020. And like the participant is saying here, China is it's a major import and export market. So can you have something on that, Rob?
Yeah, indeed, Cobra. The data is probably in a bit of a hiatus this year, I think, with COVID. I haven't been in touch directly with ITC about it, but depending on it depends on which country. Some countries, the information is loaded almost monthly, sometimes quarterly, and then for some countries annually. The information often does lag a little bit because it's drawn from customs authorities globally. These days, it's a lot better with the digital facilities that are there. But there is always a little bit of correcting, customs authorities make adjustments. Maybe a product is switched from one category to another, and then they do check it up. I'm fairly sure that by the end of 2021, at the latest, they will have the China China data embedded into it. Now, just on as you progress through the export process, somebody who's starting in the beginning doesn't necessarily need to have monthly and quarterly data. It is, to identify it, in the big picture. So even if the data runs to 2019, you can still see the potential of the market. So just, that's a quick answer on that, or long answer. I'm fairly sure the information is likely to be up there towards the end of this year at the latest, specifically around China.
Thank you, Rob. There are questions around data and reports that can be generated from the system. The question relates to whether the data can be downloaded in Excel form, and then the other question is around the cost of using the tools. Can you provide just a brief answer to that?
Yes, sure. Just on the data again, I'm going to share my screen again. And if we go to, I'll just open up, I think, which is the best one to use. Let's go to the Trademap. And I'm doing this because I want to show you as opposed to just tell you. If you see here, you can see the information can be downloaded in an Excel format. It can be downloaded in Word format, and I think this is CS, well, that's just a text file, or you can actually print it up over there. I used to, in the early days of using these facilities before they were made more user-friendly, if I could put it that way, I used to download a lot of the data as a spreadsheet and then start manipulating it myself. You can still do that. As you say, all you do is you click, depending on what the information is that you're looking at, you can look at the trade indicators and it'll bring it up. And you can see there's an icon here. You can download that information in an Excel spreadsheet. Now, you'll see here that it's showing you default is 25 rows per page. You can increase that as well to, I warn you though, as soon as you open it up that much, it is drawing in multiple times more data. It's not just twice as much data or 5 times as much data for each one additional line. It's a multiple of additional data. So when you open it out too far, it will slow you down, but it depends on your particular need. So you could do it at 50 per page and you can download the data and start manipulating it, or you can have it in table form. I think that there was a second part to the question there, wasn't there, Cobra? Sorry.
That's the issues of cost, and then licenses around the use, and then licenses around the use of the tools.
Yeah. When you go into the registration of the ITC tools, so the Trade Forward Southern Africa Hub, our own Trade Forward Southern Africa Hub, is open and free to access for anybody. The ITC tools, you will see they've got their terms and conditions in there. They are free to use for users in the developing world, if I can put it that way. They've got a particular and as you log, if you go directly onto the tools before you've registered, you'll only be able to get information up to about 4-digit level. It's all free of charge. If you're looking for the deeper information and for the company contacts, that is where you need to register. And in that registration process, it will show you how much more information at HS6 and further digit level and companies. And they're very clear about the fact that it is free. Now, you can download information. As you can see, you can download the tables, the spreadsheets, and so on. It is free to use. There are restrictions. If you're a consultant, you can't use these tools to earn. You'd have to download the data and then manipulate it. But their terms and conditions are there. Bottom line is it's essentially free of charge to all users in developing countries. So certainly across the SACU and Mozambique region, it's free of charge. I hope that is the answer.
Thank you, Rob. There's a very, very interesting question from the Kingdom of Lesotho. It says, for developed countries such as Lesotho, where even the tech-savvy individuals, it has disappeared now, where even the tech-savvy individuals and business and women are not really known for grasping such concepts as ITC tools easily. Will there be ways of teaching and further reinforcing this knowledge for those kind of group of people?
Indeed. This process of doing 8 webinars in total is to try to make sure that everybody is aware of the tools and knows how to use them. And it is a case of, Cobra, you even said it yourself, practice, practice, practice. That's one of the reasons why we settled on doing 8 webinars, going through all of these tools stage by stage by stage. We've got 4 of them already lined up, and we've done 2 already, so we've got another 2 open at the end. And the idea is that we'll be, through the process, we'll be identifying, do we need to do more practice on certain elements, more coaching on certain elements? And we're very open to that. The advantage of doing this digitally is, if we did it for a small group of 5 people physically, you can't kind of reach out wider than that. But if there was a request from a grouping in Lesotho, for example, to say, please, can we run through these things again? Then we can certainly do that, and we can open it out to a much wider audience. So if a request came from Namibia, for example, we would open it up to an audience across the whole region too. So we're very open to doing that.